Down on my knees when sorrow rise, I'll talk to Jesus. Down on my knees, I promise him that I would serve him. Yes, I would serve him. Down on my knees, down on my knees, when sorrow rise, I'll talk to Jesus. Down on my knees, I promise him that I would serve him. Oh, I would serve him. Down on my knees, down on my knees, down on my knees, when sorrow rise, I'll talk to Jesus. Down on my knees, I promise him that I would serve him. Oh, I would serve him. Down on my knees, down on my knees, when sorrow rise, I'll talk to Jesus. Down on my knees, I promise him that I would serve him, that I would serve him. Down on my knees, down on my knees, when sorrow rise, I'll talk to Jesus. Down on my knees, I promise him that I would serve him. Ooh, I would serve him. Down on my knees. That's right. Down on my knees when sorrow rise, I'll talk to Jesus way down on my knees. I promise him that I would serve him way, way, way down on my knees. Good evening, everyone. It's an awesome day today. I give God thanks and praise today. But I want to talk a little bit to you today. And I want to talk about men. Or men and their prostate exam. Men, you need to get your prostate exam, your annual prostate exam done. It's very important, it's very crucial. It's life-threatening, life and death. And here's why. For the past 2 months, 6 patients showed up at my unit at the hospital. It's prostate cancer. 4 have died within the month. It's very important. What happened is, by the time they show up at the hospital, they're at stage 4 and it's too late. But there's a way to prevent it. Just have your exam, your doctor do your exam. They also draw labs on you. Go out and get your physical done. It's very important. Your children need you. Your family needs you. Here is one. A young man. He was 57 years old. Was there. He was getting radiation. I met him. He was supposed to go home the day that I met him. But he had a fever, and so I had to draw blood on him. Like 2 weeks I didn't have him. So when I came in, I didn't see him anymore in the same room. But the connection there was, his birthday was exact as mine, January 23rd. So I had him repeat his date of birth to me. And that's how I started up a conversation with him. Open up a conversation with him. Anyhow, 2 weeks ago, I was on the unit, and I noticed that they were monitoring him like how they do with the elderly people. I said, why are they monitoring him? Anyhow, I got up from where I was and I went to go check on him in his room. So I asked him, I said, did they send you home? He said, no, they just moved me from that room and sent me over here. I said, when I look at his legs were so huge. This is a thin, slender man. His legs were so huge that they looked like they were about to bust. They were like so shiny. So my focus was on his legs. And I said to him, can you walk? And he said to me, man, these doctors, they lied to me. The cancer led from the prostate, went to the bone. And then now they're sending me home to die. Honestly, if I tell you that I focused on his face, I didn't. I was just so tuned in. I was so shocked. I was by his legs. I did not, he deteriorated so fast in the short time I haven't seen him. I was shocked. Anyhow, that was a Thursday. Friday, I called the prayer line and asked them to pray for him. Saturday night, I had visitor. But I was out in my car about 1 o'clock a.m. on the prayer line and asking them to help me to intercede for him, for prayer for him. Sunday I was off. I went back to work Monday. About 5, I saw all day. I do 12 hours. About 5 o'clock p.m., as I was walking towards another room, the Holy Ghost showed me their son. They have a 5-year-old little boy. And yeah, him and his wife. And it was playing right in front of me. So I said, okay, let me go get this number. Because it was so heavy in my spirit. And I went and I called. And she said to me, and after I identified myself, and I told her that I was just calling to check up on them, see how they're doing. And she said to me, well, they sent us home Thursday night, and he died. And she said to me, he felt it. He told me he felt it. But she said, now my 5-year-old son will not stop crying because his daddy's no longer here. You don't understand why they took his daddy. Of course, the morgue came and they had to take the body. She said, I jumped up yesterday morning, because now this was Monday, which was Sunday, and I got up and make breakfast as usual. And then when I was almost finished, I realized that I don't have a husband. He's no longer here. She said, I lowered myself to the chair and I wept. People out there, when I heard that, I feel like crawling on top of the hospital and bawl, scream, holler on top of my lungs. That's why it's important. Your children, men. Let's change our mindset. Excuse me. We need you around. Another one. I went to a room. He was 44 years old. Excuse me. And he was in so much pain that I felt it. He held on to the bed. And he grind his teeth. And I felt every pain every time he grind his teeth. Do your exam. It's important. Call your doctor today.